Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully complete our two-factor authentication and we successfully done every job perfectly. I hope you like it very much. So how to do this work, I hope it is very clear. But here before continue that our profile, that means which user is logging, I want to actually change it. Like here, if you go to that logging, that means I want to log out from here. So every time if you actually make it as a two-factor authentication, every time we have to log in with throughout that our mail. So I don't want to do these things like that way right now, because my main vision is to teach you how to create some of the two-factor authentication. So for now, I want to use that our default one for the logging, because multiple time actually we have to now log in and log out. So every time I don't want to get that our verification code. So if you want to do this work, I simply go to that our route, that means in our logging page, in our view auth, and that is our logging. And into this logging, before I have created as a admin logging, but now I want to use that our Breeze provided also one of the logging. So default logging I want to use it. But I hope you get the point how to create the two-factor authentication. For make these things as easy, I want to make it as a logging. So now our verification two-factor, that will be not needed anytime. Like if you click as a save all, and now if you go, I want to refresh it. And now if you put that our appropriate username, like I want to log in with the user @gmail.com, password 12345678. Now if you logged in, now we are successfully able to access that our dashboard. We don't need to add that any verification, two-factor verification. Here we also don't get any verification code. Okay, so if you want to continue with it, simply access it with the admin logging, which that route I have already created. But now for make the things easy, I make it only the logging. So here without verification, we can able to access that our dashboard. Great. Right now we don't need it. Here mail setup, everything I have done it. I hope you like it very much. Now in this video I want to work like right now I'm already logged in. So this logging user can able to access their profile information. He can able to update their profile information. He can also able to change their password, which is very essential, all the things. Now one by one I want to set up it. Let's do that work. For doing this, first of all, in our header, that is actually our my account, I want to create another new route. Let's do that work. For doing this, I want to now close it. Right now, we don't need this, our locking plate. Controller will be needed and web.php will be needed. Now I want to go to that our header, that means in our view, admin, body, and that is our header, right? So into this header area, before I have already loaded that our admin logout. Now I want to create one of the new route for this menu as a my account, right? So that is actually my account menu. Here I want to create on the new route. Here I want to change it, our static one, and here I want to use it as a route. A route I want to name it like as a admin profile. Okay, profile. Now this type of one of the route we have to create. Better I copy it. Now I want to go to that our web.php, and in here I also want to do like that is actually one of the middleware as a auth, and that is our auth middleware here. Throughout this, whatever the route you will be added by this middleware that is actually provided by the Breeze, throughout this that will be check if this user is logging or not. Okay, that means if you want to access that our profile page, this user must have to be logged in. I show you what exactly that will be do. Like first of all, I want to use a different one, like I copy it and here I want to paste it. Okay, and now I want to update that name. Our name, I name it as the admin profile. I copy it. Now I want to access it. Our name will be as the admin profile. That will be as a, I will name it as a profile. Okay, that will be the slash that will be actually our route means which one? Route means that will be actually our route. So here I name that our route will be as a slash profile. Okay, profile, and that will be the get type. In our admin controller, I want to create the new method. I name it as the admin profile. Okay, now this type of one of the method I want to create in our admin controller. Now if you go to that our admin controller, in here after that I want to create another new method. Okay, I want to create another new method that will be as a public, and then the function, and our method name will be as a admin profile. Here I simply created, and also I want to make it as a AND method. Great. So in here, simply first of all, I want to return on the view page. Okay, I want to return on the view, and view means which one in our like where exactly you want to create it. If you go to that our resources view, into this admin folder, you can create it. Rather than if you want to create it in our any other places is totally fine, but right now for in our admin, okay, into this admin I want to create on the, and in here I want to create on the new file as a profile. That will be the profile. Okay, file that will be a profile or admin profile. Okay, but I want to use it as a admin underscore profile. Now this type of one of the page I want to create. Like here, I want to create it in our there is an admin folder, and into this admin folder, I want to create on the new file. I just name it as a admin profile. That will be on the .blade.php. Okay, and then again the same concept here we have to use it. If you go to that our index, and here we have to actually extend it that our admin master and admin. Throughout this, we can able to access that all that our CSS, JSS, every file. Right now I have already discussed about that things with you. Now I simply take it, and now also here after that we have to make it as a AND section. So that will be the AND section. Great. So now I want to use it like as a something like that. Okay, now I want to actually access it. Why this is important, I show you. Click as a save all, and now we have updated some of the things in our web.php. Also we have to run it as a PHP Artisan optimize. I want to run it, and everything running successfully, which is fine. And now if you go to that our page, and if you now refresh it, okay, refresh it, and now if you access that our my account, and if you can see that is our URL, I have set up as a /profile. Now click as a here. Now that is successfully return redirect to our /profile, and that is our sidebar, footer, header, CSS, JSS, everything is working. Right, because throughout that our page here I have already used it our admin master, and into this admin master area we get all that our CSS, JSS, everything, and that is our section that it should be actually changes, and this area that is successfully loaded, which is fine. But main thing is that is actually our /profile. Right now I am already logged in, right? This user is logging, so that is the reason this user only should be able to access this profile URL. Like right now I want to open it with the Indigo. I want to open with the Indigo private mode, and here this user is not logged in, but you can see still now you are able to access that our profile. So that should be not like it. Here if you want to protect it, you can actually protect it throughout that middleware, which actually provided Laravel default and one of the middleware as a auth middleware, and that is one of the group middleware. But I want to copy it. Okay, copy it, and now I want to make it in here. I paste it, and also I want to end it. Okay, copy it, and now I want to after that I want to end it. Now that is our one of the group route, that means in our group middleware, and into this group middleware area here throughout this middleware, that should be first of all check it user is logged in or not. If this user is logged in, then user can able to access that profile rather than automatically throughout that our auth middleware. It should be returned redirect to the logging page. That means user cannot able to access that route as an admin profile. Now let's check this out. If you click as a save all, I want to run that our PHP Artisan optimize, running successful. And now if you go, I want to check it. First of all, right now in this page, I am already logged in. If you refresh it, yes, you can see you can successfully able to access that our profile page. But right now in our Indigo here, this user is not logging. Now without logging, you should be able to access that our profile. Click as a refresh. Yes, you can see automatically that is the auth takes you to the redirected to the logging page. That means without logging you cannot able to access that our route that I have already added in our group middleware by the name as a auth. I hope the concept is very clear to you. So now our next step here right now we don't need it, we have to design that our profile page. Our profile page, if you want to design it, simply go to our template. In our backend template that I have already shared that things with you. In here, if you go to that utilities, and into this utilities, that is one of the profile. Okay, so that is actually one of the profile page design. I want to actually take it from to this our page profile.html, and they have some of the work experience, multiple data. Actually, I only need this setting part. Okay, that means that is actually our setting part, and they have some of the personal information. That means which user is logging, this user data that should be displayed here, and password functionality that should be displayed. Okay, now I want to actually first of all take the total things from here. So if you want to take it, in that case, if you go to our any other pages, like right now we don't need it. If you go to that our profile, and if you go to that our like as a index, into the index, from where exactly I have take all the data, I take all this data from to this our contain, right? That after that contain I take this data. It because of all, if you go to that our admin master, into this admin master I have already take that our dev as a contain page. Great. So now I want to simply open it with the inspect. Into the inspect area, first of all I want to select this row. That is actually one of the row. You can see into this row area everything is in here. So better, first of all I want to go to that index again, and into this index area that is actually one of the contain, and you can see that is actually one of the row. So here I want to take these three things. That means there is our dev, and there is also another dev, and there is dev is started, dev is ended. So now better I copy three total things from here, and now in our admin profile I want to paste it, and also we have to close two of this dev, one and then the two, right? So that is actually now started, that is ended, and that is started, that is ended. Perfect. So now here I want to name it. I name it, that will be like as a profile page. Okay, I name it as a profile, and then the file. Okay, that will be the profile. Now if you click as a save all, now that should be display here as a profile. Refresh it. Much better. Now after that, that is actually one of the row. Here if you select this dev, and this dev is totally selected, right? So there is a lot of data. So now I want to simply select this row. I make it with the edit HTML. Now I copy everything from here. That is the row I want to take it. I copy it, and now I want to go back to that our page, and into this page area after that dev. Okay, that is actually dev is started, dev is ended. Now after that dev, and there is a last two of this. Here I want to paste it. Okay, I want to simply paste it. There is so many data. Don't worry, everything actually I will remove it from here. They have so many data. They have so many data in one place, right? Better I want to select it into the left side. Okay, here actually they have so many. I want to take it I want to select everything. Okay, first of all I want to select everything. Oh my god, they have so many. Actually this is also our total format. It is breakdown in here. I want to simply take it. Okay, I want to take it, that is ended. Okay, so now that is actually our total things. I want to take it with the shift tab. I want to take it into the left side, which is fine. Okay, so now which things will be needed, I want to take it, and rest of everything I want to remove it. Now if you click as a save all, and now if you go, now that should be also display. Refresh it. Perfectly loaded, right? Work experience, education, and setting. I only want to take that our setting part, and rest everything I want to remove it, like as about the work experience, education, everything I want to remove it. So now one by one we have to remove. Like I want to go back here in our profile. Like that is actually our products. That is some of the speak English. That means this one I want to take it, which is fine. So here, like I want to start it from to this our row, and into this row area, that is our card body, and this part I want to take it, which is fine. And now after that, that is actually our one of the li as a about, another one as a work experience, another one as a education, another one as a setting, right? That means that is actually all that our menu, which is fine. So I want to remove everything from to the about. Like here if you go, and you can see that is actually one of the ID as a profile underscore about, and this ID means here actually that is actually a profile underscore about. Experience is a profile underscore experience. profile underscore education. I want to remove 3 of this. Okay, so here if I want to remove it, like that is actually one of the profile about, that is one of the div. I want to minimize this div. That is actually take total things in here, right? I want to do one by one. I want to actually remove it, like that is another div. You can see that is actually our div is started, div is ended. So there is a div is started, div is ended. This is for our profile about, that is for the profile experience. That is another div. I want to minimize it. That is selected. Always check it is selected perfectly or not. If you select it, that is started, that is ended. There is a profile education. I also want to minimize this div. You will select this div, div is started, div is ended, and then that is our another one as a profile setting, which is fine. I want to take it, and rest of that is actually our 3. One is the profile about, that is a profile experience, and profile education. 3 of these data I want to simply remove it. I want to make it as a clean. Now if you click as a save all, and now that is all the data that should be gone. If you refresh it, they have the no data in our about, no data in our work experience, no data into this education, only the setting. Great. So this one I want to take it. This menu now also I want to do and to remove. So if you want to do this work, I want to go back to that our menu, and into this menu area, like right now I want to do our default one here. That is actually our UL. Okay, UL. I want to first of all check it. I want to remove that our 3 of this menu. That is about profile. I want to select one LI. I want to select another LI for the experience. I want to select another one for the education. So now that is only one as a setting. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go, if you refresh it, but here that is one of the issues. When you refresh it, after that select, then that is actually setting is loaded, right? So I don't want to display that things like that way. Default, when you refresh it, by default that should be loaded these things. So if you want to do this work here, we have to do that is in our admin profile, that is on the UL. I want to remove this our total UL. Okay, this UL I want to remove it, and also that have one of the div as a tab contain. Okay, this is the tab contain I want to remove. If you select this div, and this div is started and this div is ended in here, that is our tab panel. So I want to remove this tab panel. I remove it, and also I want to remove our this div here. I want to remove it. Okay, so now that's fine. If you now click as a save all, now that should be default open. Click as a refresh. Perfect. That is successfully updated, right? It's now successfully updated. If you refresh it, they have the no tab. Now that is successfully working. Now everything we have to work in particular this div. Okay, but I want to take it a bit left side. So in particular this div area, now first of all we have to design that our total page. Okay, better I want to continue this process in our next video. First of all, which user is logging, this user data that should be loaded in particular that positions, which type of data you want to update, everything one by one I will design it. How to do this work in our next video, step by step I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully designed our profile page. Now, one by one, I want to visible which user is logging. This user related all that information. For doing this, we have to go back to that first of all in our controller. That means in our admin controller, I want to go, and into this admin controller before simply I return one of the view page. So here, first of all, we have to get that our which user is logging authenticated user data. Before into this our admin controller, I have already loaded that our model, our user model, which is fine. So now throughout this, we can able to access that our user table data. And into this user table, now I want to find out which user is logging. This user related total row data I want to get it. Let's do that work. For doing this, first of all, here we have to simply better I take one of the variable as an ID, and then with our auth, that means authenticated our user and authenticated which user is logging. This user ID I want to get it. And then this ID related total row data I want to get it. So I take one of the variable as a profile pro, and then the file and profile data. Okay, name it as a profile data. And here now I want to access that our user model, which I have already imported. So now into this our user model, throughout this user model, we can able to access that our user table. That means with this model, we can able to access that our user table. And into this user table, I want to find out our ID, which user is logging. This logging user ID, I have already taken it. Now I will find out this user ID data. So when this user is logged in, this user related total row data, now that should be get it from to this our user table. That means if this one ID user is logging, it should be get that our one ID related total data. If this our two ID related user is logging, it should be get that our two ID related total row data. Now here I simply get both of this data, and now that is the data I take it with another variable. Now that is the all the data I want to pass it in our, that is the page that I have created as an admin profile. So how you can pass it? In that case, we have to pass it with the compact, one of the method that will be as a compact, and into this compact method area here throughout this name I want to pass it. Okay, so here with the compact method I pass it our total profile data, that means which user is logging. This user data now we can able to access it in our which page, in our admin profile page. So into this admin profile page, now if you go in here, if you want to check it's successfully working or not, like here if you go to the design, that is our name. Here I want to actually display that our field name as a name, and also here I want to display that email. Like if you want to do this work, like here in particular that position, if you want to do it, then we have to load that that is the variable name as a profile data. And into this profile data area here throughout this we can able to access our database field name. Like I want to display that name. Okay, so that will be our field name as a name. I hope friend the concept is very clear to you. Here I get this data by this variable. I pass it with the compact method by the name as a profile data in our admin profile. So now into this admin profile we can able to display it, and same things I want to also display here our another field as a email. Okay, I name it as email. Great. And better I want to take it, or that is the total depth little bit left side. Now that is really great. And now if you click as a save all, which user is logging, this user name and email, that should be now display. If you refresh it, yes, you can see right now I'm logging as a user, and that is successfully display our user field name as a name and email, and that is the successfully display our email. Now this part that will be not needed. I want to better make it as a clean. Okay, here that is one of these pen, and into this pen is started and this pen is ended. Now I want to better simply remove it. Okay, I want to make it as a clean right now. That is fine. If you click as a save all, now that should be also gone. Perfect. So now that is our profile image. So in particular dispositions I want to do, if you go to that our database, and into this database area here, actually right now I don't have any profile data, because here I have already make it on the null as a nullable one of the field. So this field data, they have the no data. So I want to do when that will be as a empty, then that should be display one of the default image, rather than if there have any image in particular this our table, that means table field, then that should be display our existing email data. That means existing image that should be displayed. So how you can do this work? From doing this, I want to go to that our project. Into the project area, if you go to that our public folder, before that is our build, better here I want to create on the new folder. Okay, I create on the new folder and I just name it as upload. This type of one of the folder I simply created. And into this our upload folder area, if you go to that our exercise file, here they have one of the image as a no image.jpg. Simply copy it, and now I want to take it in our project into the public, and that is our upload. Here I want to paste it. So that will be actually our default image I want to visible. So here if you want to do this work, in that case we have to do simply first of all I have to find out that our image, you can see that is actually our image src. So into this src area here, now I want to change it. I don't want to use that default one. In particular that positions I want to use some of the condition first. When that will be as empty, empty. When that will be as empty, I have already received all the data throughout that our profile data, right? So that is actually variable. I have also used it in here. Throughout this, we can able to access that our which user is logging, this user related all the data. So I want to simply pass it our profile data. With this profile data, our field name, our image field name as a photo, right? So here I want to access it as a photo, photo, photo. So here when that will be as a not empty, okay, when that will be as a not our profile data will be as a not empty, then that will be do one job. Here I want to use it as a then that will be I pass it one of the URL. That will be the URL, and URL will be in our upload. Okay, upload folder that I have already created, and into this upload folder I will create another folder name as a user image, because user related images I will actually save it in particular this folder. So that will be as a upload / user images, and in particular that position I want to execute our our profile data. Okay, with this profile data I want to access that our profile photo. Great. And else that will be display another URL area that will be display our default that I have already upload. So that will be the upload as our image name. Our image name I have already used it as a no image.jpg. Better I copy it. Okay, copy the total things from here, and now I want to done to use it. So if this data, they have data into this our profile photos area, then that should be get that our profile data. That means profile images, rather than else that will be display our default one. So right now I don't have any data. That means that is empty in our profile photos table. Now that should be display our user. That means in our upload no image that should be display. If you now go, if you refresh it, perfectly now display as a no image. I hope friend the concept is very clear to you. Great, here we successfully update it. When I upload this data from to this position, then everything will be more clear to you. Then if when this any images that should be into this our profile data area, that should be displayed. Okay, now it's fine. And here I want to now update that our input field, like that will be some of the field here. I want to actually change it. If you want to do this work like that will be, I want to change it one by one. Here if you go, that is actually our personal information, and that is all that our field where I select it. That is ended in here. I want to take the total depth little bit left side. Okay, here I want to take it. There is a personal information, there is a first name. Okay, I want to take it a little bit left side in here. Perfect. Now first of all I want to use one of the field name that will be our field name. Which data I want to update? I want to update that like as a name, email, photo, phone, and address, right? So that is all data I want to update. So I want to use it first of all one of the name as a name, that is our name field. And for the name field I want to make that our field type will be as a text type. Value here I don't need to pass any value, or rather than if you want to show that our existing user value, you can actually visible it. And also our name will be needed. I want to pass that our input field name, and this input field name I will always recommend to use that our database field name. Here if you go to the database structure, like appropriate our database field name as a name, I want to use it as a name. And the value if you want to visible it, same logic here we can actually do it, like which user is logging, this user data I have already displayed, like that is actually our profile name. Okay, which user is logging, this user value area that should be now display our profile name. Now if you click as a save all, and now if you go here, that should be display as a user, because right now I'm logging as a user. Perfectly display our existing user name. Same things I want to update it for the email. Here I want to do right now one by one. I want to actually take it rather than better I want to remove all. I remove it, and then email address, that is also I want to remove it. I want to make it as a clean. Okay, day by day I want to remove it. City, that will be not needed. Address will be not needed. Okay, here I want to make it as a clean. That is started and that is ended. Perfect. So now here also better I want to take one of the form, because one of the form will be also needed. Better I want to take it one of the form. That is a form FORM, right? There is a form is started, form is ended. I want to better take it. I simply cart it, and there is a dev is started, dev is ended. Now after that I want to end this form. So now that is our one by one. We have to actually load all that input field data. Better I want to copy it. Now here after that I paste it. Now that will be another one is email. and here I want to visible it. Our field name, I want to use it as per our database field name as an email. I want to visible that our type our file data, that will be as an email. Type, I want to also use it for the email as email. Great. Now it's fine, and then I want to take another input field. I copy it and I paste it. Now that will be another one, our email, and then phone. Okay, that will be as a phone. I want to use it. That will be as a phone. I want to use that our field name, I'll be as a phone, and then type, that will be as a text type, and here I want to display that phone. Okay, that means existing user, if they have any phone, then that should be display the phone. And now after that I want to take another one. I copy it and here I paste it. Now that will be for the address. I copy it. Now that will be here as an address, and for the address better I want to use some of the text area. So if you want to load some of the text area, like if you go to that our template, into the template, if you go to that our form, into the form general element, there are one of the text area, or rather than if you go to that validations, like this one actually text area. This text area I want to take it. If you click as the inspect, and into this inspect you can see there is a clear text area. I want to select it. If you select it, that is selected, and now from here I want to edit it. I copy it. Now here I want to don't need this any input field. I remove it. That will be one of the text area, and ID validations, that will be not needed. Okay, here I want to make it as a clean, and required also I want to make it as a clean. Here now that should be like it, and also placeholder will be not needed because I will display that our value. Okay, first of all here I want to display the value. Value will be just like it. Here we don't need to pass a specific any value, which I have already added in our input field. For the text area here, simply you have to run it. Our field name for the address, I have used it as an address. I copy it. Now that will be as an address, and also into the text area I want to assign that our name will be as an address. Name is important because throughout this we have to actually insert this data. Now fine, if you now click as a save all, I want to check it here. If you go, now if you refresh it, perfect. Now there is a name, email, which user is logging. This user email is visible, phone number field. Right now that is all the data is empty as a nullable. So now here it's successfully displayed. Good. And now after that, that should be another one as a image. Better I select it, I copy it, and now here after that I want to paste it, and that will be as a image. Okay, our profile photo, I name it as a profile photo, and then our type will be one of the file type, right? So I make it as a file type. Here we don't need to pass any value. I want to simply remove it, and here in particular that positions I want to use that our name for the photo, I have used it as a photo, right? So that is a clear field name. I copy it. Now that will be our name will be as a photo. Great. Now if you click as a save all, now if you go, I want to refresh it. Now that is perfectly displayed as a profile photo, and also after that, that should be one of the button. I want to use it. If you go to that our change password, that have also one of the input field. Like that is actually a button. I want to use it. I copy this button. I copy it. And now after that here, before that our form, here I want to use on the button type will be as a submit. I want to make it as a save changes, change. Okay, changes. Now if you click as a save all, now that should be also another button as a save changes. So now that is one of the form, and this form data I will actually update. And also here for the photo, I want to display the same logic. If there have any image, then that should be display the image rather than that will be displayed as a no image. So in that case, I want to better copy that div. I copy it, and here after that I paste it. Right now in here we don't need any level. I want to make it as a clean, only that will be our src. Remove it, and in here actually I want to use that our profile. That means that is actually a structure. This is structure I want to take it. Here if you want to take it, like if you go, that is actually our src. You can see that is a src related everything image. I want to copy it. I copy everything from here, and now in particular that position, okay, that is our photo, and there is another one here. I want to paste it. So if there have any image, that should be display the image, rather than that will be displayed as a no image. Okay, now let's check this out. Click as a save all, and now if you go, I want to refresh it. Now that should be our image. Perfect. Great. So now our field is also ready in here. Now before update this, I want to use some of the JavaScript for make these things little bit interactive. Like here, when you selected some of the profile image, whatever the images you will be selected, like I select it. And now I want to select, like for education purposes, this one. So whatever the image you will be selected, this image that should be loaded in here. Okay, then that will be actually interactive. So how can do this work? But I want to continue this process. In our next video, I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully designed our profile page, and into the profile page area, we successfully also get that which user is logging. This user related all that information. And now that is our all that input field. Before update this data into this our user table, I want to also update one of the things that will be interactive. When you select some of the images, whatever the image you will be selected, this image that should be displayed in here. So we can do this work with using the JavaScript. Here I want to do this work here. If you go, in that case, first of all, that is our input field. From here, whatever the image you will be selected, this image that should be displayed in here, right? So now into this our input field area, I want to use one of the ID, and I just name that ID as the image. And into this our where exactly that will be show, this area I want to use another ID, and I just name it as a show image. Okay, now this step up one of the name I want to do and to assign as a ID as an image. Another one I name it as a show image. Great. Now I want to create one of the script. Better I want to create into the same page. Into the same page means here before that our section. Okay, before that our end section, I want to load one of the script. That will be the script. Script is started, the script is ended. And into this script area, I want to use one of the type. Type will be as a text. Text will be as a script. Okay, that means JavaScript. I name it as a Java script. Okay, that will be the JavaScript. And into the JavaScript area here, first of all, we have to call that our JavaScript documentation. So if you know that JavaScript, that is very common, all the things, but if you don't know, it's totally fine. I just simply write down that things with you. That will be one of the document. That will be a document, and document will be one of the ready function. Ready. Okay, that is always a ready one of the function. So I want to call that one of the functions in here. So into this functions area here, first of all, we have to assign that our ID. So I want to define our which ID. If you want to access in JavaScript any ID, we have to use it as a hash, and hash that will be our image, right? That means from where exactly you are selected. Here there is equal to two things. One, I have actually named it here as a image, and another one as a show image. Just remember it. Okay, so now I want to simply take it as an image. That is our ID I want to access, and here that will be on to call one of the change method. Change, and with this change, that means when you select it, that will be changed with our another function will be executed, and in here I pass one of the event. Another event will be here. I want to take one of the variable. So in JavaScript, if you call one of the variable, we have to call it as a var. As a variable, I just name it as a reader, and reader will be on the new instance. For the file reader, I want to call it as a file reader. Great. Okay, and now we have to call that our that is the reader. With this reader, with our we have to call that our onload. So when that will be selected, onload which function that will be execute. Here we have to call that our function, and function will be one of the event, and in particular that positions I want to take it. I want to take that our another ID, that means where exactly that will be show. I name it as a show image. Remember, so that will be the show, and then the image. I want to call it here. That should be displayed with our attribute. Attribute will be which one? Attribute here. If you go, that is one of the src attribute. Here, if you go, you can see there is a our image will be as a src attribute here, that should be displayed. So I want to use it as a attribute will be as a src, and in here that will be do our e, and then that will be as a target, target result, and that will be the target result. Here I want to call it, and then I want to call that our reader will be another function as a read as data URL. Okay, that will be the read at data URL. Here we have to pass it out e, and then the target will be files. Okay, that will be the files. Our first index data, that means 0 index data, as a 0 I want to simply select it. So that's all here you have to actually do. Now throughout this, that will be executed, and in this blade page I am using that script. Here also you have to use it, one of the jQuery. Here if you go to that Google and if you search it with the W3 jQuery CDN, I want to simply take it. Like here, if you go to that our first link, one of the link I want to use it for access that our JavaScript, that is one of the script. Okay, better I copy it. And now I want to take it, I copy it, and now in our project, into the project, in the space area, I want to do after that section, I want to simply add that script. So make that sure you load this script, rather than this JavaScript will be not work into your blade page. Now if you click as a save all, and now I want to check it here. If you go to that our project, if you refresh it, now that is display our default one. I select some of the image, like for education purpose I select it. Perfectly, now that is visible, which is very great, right? If you select another one, like here I want to select this one, that is also successfully visible. So here is very interactive, one of the things I want to share that things with you. I hope it's very clear to you. So now everything is set. In our next video, from to this area, I will update that our name, email, phone, address, and then profile images, everything. After that, when I save it, that should be saved in our database, in our user table, a specific which user is right now I am logged in. This user related data that will be updated. So how you can do this work in our next video, I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully updated our JavaScript related issues. Here, when whatever the images you will be selected, this image that should be displayed in here. So now friend, in this video, I want to update that is our profile information, name, email, phone, address, and then also the picture, everything. Now one by one, I will update in particular that our user table. Let's do that work. For doing this, first of all, we have to go to that again in our profile blade, and with the profile blade area here, I have already take one of the form, right? Here you can see there is a clone of the form, and into this form area, there is our name field, email field, phone field, address, then photo. Great. And there is also one of the button for the submit, and type as a submit type, and that is our and form, which is fine. So into this form area, now that will be our actions related. Here I want to call one of the new route. I name it as a route, and here I want to save this data, so I name it as a profile. Okay, profile, and then the store, STORE. This type of another route I want to create. And also here our method, obviously that should be one of the post method. And also another thing is very important as a NC type. It because of all from here I will upload that images. When you upload any images, we have to add that our NC type that will be as a multi-part form data is very, very important, rather than your image will be not updated. So before updating any images, make that sure you use it as a multi-part form data. Here I successfully add it, and also I want to add that our CSRF token, CSRF. So I name it as a CSRF. Okay, here make that sure you have to load that our CSRF. So that is the all step-by-step process, because literally every lot of form we have to work, and I hope step-by-step everything will be very clear to you. So now make that is two important things. One is our actions will be needed for the form, our method will be needed, our which method as a post method, NC type is needed for the uploading that images, and then our CSRF. Great. Now we have to create that our profile store. I copy it. Now go to that web.php. Here also I want to use it in our group middleware that I have already used it as an auth. And in particular that position is better. I copy it and I paste it. Now our name, I name it as a profile store. I copy it. Now that will be our route name will be as a profile store. Our URL, I want to use it as a profile, and then the /store, that will be one of the post method. I make it as a post, and in our admin controller I want to create another new method that will be like as a profile store. Okay, I name it as a profile, and then the store. Now this type of one of the method I have to create in our admin controller. Now I want to go back to that our admin controller. I hope you get the point. That is all that our step-by-step process, right? So now throughout this process, we have to actually done this job. So now I want to go in our admin controller, and in here I want to create on the new one as a public, and then the function method name will be as a profile store. That is one of the post method. Here we have to get that our request, and then that will be as a dollar request. Okay, that means requested data we can able to access it. And then that is our method. I want to make it as a AND method. Great. First of all, we have to find out our which user is locking this user data. So this user data, you can actually take it. I take one of the variable as the user ID, and that is will be our authenticated user, right? Authenticated which user is locking this user ID. I want to take it. And then I take one of the variable as a data, and with this data I want to access that our user model. With this our user model, I can able to access that our user table. In here again I want to find it. I want to find our which data. I want to find that our which user is logging this user data. The same concept that I have already done it for the our get the profile data, right? And also here I am using that user. So that means our user model. Before I have already loaded that our model as a app models folder, and that is our user, right? Here I have already take it. Great. So now I want to simply get that our name and the email field data. So here if you want to take it, like here I want to take it one of the field name as a data. With this data I want to access that our database field. Our database field here, if you go, I want to go to that our structure, like as a name field. I copy it. Now that will be as a name, and this name will be our requested field name. Our requested field name means which one? Requested field name means whatever the things you will be pass it from to this our input field. So that is our requested field. And this requested field name, if you go to that our admin profile, here I have also assigned that name as a name. So now that will be our requested name. So you can do these actions multiple way, and here I will also upload the images. You can also upload the image in another different way. Everything one by one I will share that things with you. Now like right now here I simply get that our database field name, and that is our requested field name. That is one of the style. Here you can actually do this work, but I copy it and paste it because there is a multiple field. Another field that I want to update like as a email. Okay, I copy it. Now that will be as an email, and for to make sure they have the no space. And also our requested field name, I name it as a email. Now that will be also our requested field name email. Then I want to update that our phone. I copy it. Now that will be the phone, and our requested field name here as a phone. I copy it. Now that will be the phone. Then I want to update that our address. I copy it. Now that will be as a address, and our requested field name as a text area. I have also assigned that name as a address. Now that will be as a address. Great. So that's how we can deal with our all that input field. And now that is another issue that will be for the images. So for the profile image, first of all, as I told you, I will also share another way with you. Like here, I want to access, upload this image, whatever the image size they have, directly this image will be uploaded. But latterly, if you want to actually use a different type of shape of sizes for the images, you can also do this work. In that case, if you want to resize your all that images, we have to install another Laravel package as a Laravel intervention package, which will be needed for our font in images area. So I will also cover that things with you, but default what exactly you can do, I want to share that things with you. Like here, after that, I want to take another one as a old photo path. Why I'm actually taking it, everything will be very clear, don't worry. So here throughout this I will also remove if there have be any existing image, this existing image that will be actually removed. So here that is the reason, so I take one of the variable as old photo path, and throughout this data I want to access that our user table, field name for the photo, our field name here as a photo. Okay, that will be as a photo. Great. So here I want to simply access it, and now after that I want to put on the if condition. Okay, that will be as a if condition, and conditions area here I want to first of all get that our requested data, that is our requested. This request area is their hash file. So I make it as a hash, that is ours, not that hash file, that will be as a hash file. Okay, I want to use it as a hash, and then that will be as a file. Okay, that will be as a hash file. I want to use it as a hash file. If this hash file as a by the name, if you go to our admin profile, here I name it our file name, our field name as a photo. So now that will be as a photo. If that have any photo, then I want to simply take it. I want to take it with the one of the variable. I just name it as a file, and file will be our, that is the request. Okay, that is a requested field name. Requested, that is on the file field, file, and file type field will be which one? File type field as a photo, right? Here I simply take it. That means that is actually our file type, file type field name as a photo. I want to simply take it, and then I want to generate one of the unique name. So I name it as a file, another variable as a file name, and file name will be like what that time related one of the date I want to create, and then I want to instance it. So that will be the double instance, and here I want to use it one of the dot, sorry, in the single quote, and here it will be as a dot. And then I want to use that is the file, whatever the file you will be uploaded. So that is our file, and this file area I want to call it one of the extension as a get client original. Okay, that will be the original extension. Okay, here I want to call this type of one of the function. Make the sure spelling is correct as a get client, client, client original, ori, sorry, you can say spelling mistake, ori, ori, okay, original, original extension, TENSI, sorry, that is also SITION, okay, that is extension, that is a SION extension. So here now what exactly that will be do? It will be do whatever the images you will be uploaded. This doesn't matter whatever the image's name is, automatically throughout this time that should be created one of the time, this type of one of the ID. And then whatever the image will be uploaded, if this image extension as a .png, that will be get that as a dot. That means that is actually the dot, and then it should be get that our image extension if this as a png, that will be get that as a png. If this as a jpg, then that will be get that as a jpg. I hope the concept is very clear to you. Okay, so it should be get that our time. So that is our time, and one of the ID that will be generated, and then that will be as a dot. So that is our dot, and image, whatever the image you will be get uploaded, this image related extension only it should be get. Okay, so here it should be generated this type of one of the images, which is fine. So now I want to simply add this file, whatever the new generated file that will be created. So that is the file. I want to call it as a move in our which place. Move I want to do in our public. So that will be in our public underscore path, and public path area. Here I want to do in our upload folder. And remember, if you go to that our profile, I have already declared one of the things in here, like if this there have any images in our upload, in our user images folder, that should be load, right? So here I want to use the same folder. So in our upload, that will be as a use images, and this user images also be around to create it in our upload folder. In our public, that is upload folder. Here I want to create another new folder as a user images. All that our user related images that should be stored in here. Okay, so I want to simply update in particular that position with our, that is the file name I have already defined as that is a file name. So I simply take it, that will be here. After that, by this our new generated unique file name, that will be loaded in here. Perfect. And now after that, with this data I want to access that our field name as a photo. Okay, right here our field name as a photo. So with this data I want to access it, and here I want to pass that that is a new file type I have generated. So here I want to simply take it. Perfect. So friend, that's all here you have to do. And also I want to remove that our existing old image. I have already take that our existing image. I take the things with this variable. Here throughout this I want to execute another function. Like here I want to put on the if condition. Okay, here I want to use it on the if condition, and in condition area, if this our old photo path and I make it as and our old photo path, when that will be not equal our existing file path that is actually generated by the name as a file name. I copy it. When that will be not equal our existing one, then that will be delected. So then that will be as a this will be as a another function as a delect old, okay, delect old image. Now throughout this function that will be delected. Which image? That will be delected our old path image that I have already take it here, that will be delected. How much easy. Laravel actually is very easy, one of the things. So now that is our if condition is started, if condition is ended, and now here after that all the data I want to do to save it. So that is actually our data. So now throughout this data I want to call that our save method that will be save all the data one by one. And after that here I want to simply return it. So that will be return redirect to the back page. Here I want to pass it to the back page. Okay, that means in our same page that will be redirected. Okay, that means from to the same page here that should be redirected into the same page. So that is actually our back page. Here I simply take it. So friend, that's all you have to do. I hope every concept is very clear to you. Now let's check this out, it's working or not. If you now click as a save all, and also I want to run that our PHP addition optimize. Everything is clean, they have done no issue. I want to go back here, I want to refresh it. Right now our user as a user, I want to better use it as a 1. I put some of the phone number. Email, I want to use the same email, and that is our address. Here I want to use some of the address, and then I will choose some of the image. Okay, like here for education purpose I want to use this one. Image is successfully loaded. Let's check this out. If you now click as a save changes, you can see that is successfully updated. Right now our name is updated, phone is updated, address is updated, right? But image is maybe they have some of the issues. I want to go back here. You can see image is also updated, right? So our name is updated, user updated, and then photo is updated, phone is updated, address is updated. All the data and also image is updated, right? There is a photo is updated. Now if you go, I want to check that our folder in here, that is also successfully updated, and you can see, as I told you, that will be actually generated one of the ID and dot our extension. So which image I have uploaded, that is our .jpg, that is successfully display. But here, why this is not visible in here, why this is not visible in here, right? Now to check it here, if you go, I want to go to that our profile. In here I have used it as upload our photo, right? That is our profile data. With this profile data I want to access that our photo, photo. If you go, there is a photo photo, which is fine. There is a upload, and then the user images, there is a profile data. Everything is look like fine. Only there is a upload slash the user images, that will be actually one of the slash. Okay, after that slash, then that will be our, there is a profile photo. And also I want to check it right now, click as save all, and now if you go here, refresh it, that is successfully visible. And also that should be displayed in here. Only actually that is after that images, that should be one of the slash. Okay, so I also want to update it in here, like that will be here. You can see that will be actually one of the slash. Okay, now that is fine. Click as a save all. Now that should be also display. If you refresh it, perfect. And now if you want to change it again, that is a name, I want to use it as a user, and phone number, address, everything is fine. I want to select that another image, like right now I want to choose this one. Now I want to click as a save changes. Now that's image that should be updated. It's getting one of the issues as a delete old image, so it's undefined that our method. I understand. Here actually we have to go back to that our method, into this method. That is actually one of the delete old image function I have declared. We have to also create this one. Okay, we have to create this method. So I want to do after that. Okay, here after that I want to create this one, that will be one of the private. I want to use it as a private. Okay, that will be the private function. I create that private function, that will be the private function by the name as a delete old image. Okay, so that is actually our delete old image, because here what exactly that will be do, it should be simply delete this data from to this this folder, right? So here I simply take it on the private function as a old there is a delete old image, and here that will be one of the string, this string, okay, string, that will be the string, and string will be our that is the things I want to take it, our old photo path. Okay, old photo path I want to take it as a old photo path, and in here we have to take it one of the void, that will be the void method. Here we have to call it, and now after that I take one of the variable as a full path. Okay, full path, and full path will be which one? Full path will be our public, so that will be as a public underscore path, that will be as a public path, and into this public path area here we have to go our upload and the user images, right? I copy it, now that will be as a upload, and then the user images. From here we have to instance our, that is the old photo path. I simply take that our old photo path, and old photo path is which one? Old photo path is our existing data, our field name as a photo. Okay, that means existing our field name data, that will be actually get it. Here I simply take it. Okay, so now I simply take it, and after that I want to use one of the if condition into this conditions area here. That is also another function as a file underscore exist. If this file is exist by the name as a our full path, if this path area, if there have any images exist, then that will be unlink. I want to call as a unlink one of the function into the unlink will be our existing which images exist, this image will be exist, that means unlink. Okay, that means unlink means that will be removed. And also I want to end it, that will be the end our, that is the private method. Okay, so I simply updated it, so make that sure update, click as a save all, and also it's getting on the issues. Why? That is our path unlink, I have used it, you can see that will be as a semicolon. Okay, that will be another semicolon. I click as a save all, now that is fine. So now it's fine. Now let's check this out. I want to go back again, I want to refresh it. That is no data is changes, that is the existing one, and if you go to that our folder here, it's already inserted, but I want to remove it. Okay, I want to remove it from to this our user, because that should be actually replaced with our new one, right? Now I want to refresh, and now I want to simply change it. I want to change that image like as this one again. Now click as a save changes, perfectly now updated. That is also successfully updated. And if you go to that our folder, still now that is in here. I want to go back. What exactly the issue? That is the upload our user folder. You can see again I use that slash. Okay, that means that should be on the slash upload, and then the user images slash our old image path. Okay, so now that is actually the issue. Click as a save all. Now I want to check it again. I want to better now remove this one, because this one is actually active. I remove it, only one image. Now I want to refresh it, everything is fine. Now I want to check another one, like I select this one. Now click as a save changes. Now here if you go, now that is successfully updated, and that is also successfully updated. And if you go to that our folder, yes, you can see now that is successfully gone. It's now replaced with our specific this user related old image. It's replaced it with our new image. Great, I hope it's very clear. So that will be only one of the slash actually missing, so that will be upload user folder slash our existing one. Okay, so that's how you can actually upload the image, and also that's how you can upload the update any type of user field data into the Laravel. So literally also I will discuss about another style, how you can actually reset some of the images size, because here now whatever the images you will be uploaded, you didn't select any dimension for this image. Automatically whatever the default dimensions is in here, that is now actually uploaded. So if you want to resize these images, you can actually do this work also. So literally I will also cover it, don't worry. So now everything is fine. You can update the profile related informations, but here only one issue is like here when you change anything. Okay, when you change anything into this our profile, if you click as a save changes, that is successfully updated, which is fine, but it's not show me any type of notification. So next video I want to load one of the notification message, whatever the same things you will be changes in your form, then that should be also display this one of the notification error message as a you're successfully updated, this type of one of the things. But right now rest of everything is working. If you now go, that is also successful update. Okay. So in our next video, I will show you how you can load the toast message into the Laravel project. I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully able to update that our profile related all that information, and now that is successfully updated. How you can do this work, I hope it's very clear to you. Now in this video, I want to do when you change something into this our data, that means here when you update any information for the profile, then that should be also display one of the notification toaster message. How you can do this work? For doing this, there is some of the common things you have to use it. Simply go to your exercise file. I have already shared this file with you as a toast.ts. Here simply open it, and here there is three things will be needed. One is the CDN for the toaster CSS, another CDN for the toaster min.js, and also they have one of the script will be needed. So first of all, I want to support it. I copy it, and I hope you already remember all that our file and everything. I have already take it in our which place in our view into this our master. So into this master area, when I have loaded this one, all that our CSS and JSS, everything I have included in particular that positions, because here when you use it, that will be usable for entire our total application. So that is the reasons in our body, that means in our admin master, I want to load that our toast CSS, and also another two things will be needed as a script. I copy it. I copy that toast means CSS, and that is one of the JavaScript. Okay, I copy it, and now you have to go to the same in our admin master. Before that head, I load that our toast CSS, and then also all that our JS file is in here. Before that our body. Okay, here I want to do and also paste it. So now that is another CDN for the toast min.js, and here they have one of the script into the session area that will be add that has a session message. There is a different type of you can actually alert type you can use it like as a when you use it as the info, that will be displayed as the info type. You can use it as a success type, when that will be you can use it as a warning type, or rather than that will be arrow type. So in our entire project, I will use it multiple time, especially for the success and arrow type, we will use it multiple time. So here, make that sure you have to load it. You have to load that script, and then our toast.js, one of the toast min.js, and also the CSS. Okay, that is in our CSS. That is a toast CSS in appropriate positions before the head. You have to load it. Now we can able to use that our toast message enter our total application. So now if you go to that our admin controller, and into this area, when I update our information in our profile store, here before I simply redirect to the back page. So that is the reasons when that is successfully updated, it's redirect to the same page. And in here, I want to now show that our notification as a toast notification. So if you want to display it, in that case, we have to do, first of all, you have to load, I take one of the notification that is on the variable as a notification, that will be the notification, that will be one of the array. Okay, here I want to call it, and this array will be, first of all, two things will be needed. One is the message. What type of message you want to visible? Like here, I want to visible as a profile. Okay, profile updated successfully. Okay, this type of one of the message will be displayed, and also another will be our alert type. Alert, and then the type. Okay, here actually if you go, there is two things. One, if you go, that is our message, and then also another one as alert type. An alert type, which one you want to access? I want to now visible like as a success. Okay, here I copy it. Now that will be our alert type, and alert type I want to make it as a success. That's all. Okay, now that is our notification. This notification, that should be another semicolon, and then into this area return back with our notification. I want to pass it, so that will be with our, that is the notification. So now our toast message that should be displayed. That is the message should be displayed as a profile updated successful. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go, I want to refresh it. Like right now, I want to update as a 1. Now click as a save changes. Yes, you can see there is a toast message is successfully visible as a profile updated successfully. Great. Now our entire project area, we can use it, our toast message throughout the same process with the notification. Whatever the message you want to visible, you can actually visible that your message, what type of message you want to use. Like here I'm using that as a success type. Now that should be as a success. Great. So now that is fine, and in here again I want to do another job. Like here I have already updated our information, and now all that information is totally dynamic, right? So these informations I also want to update in our header, because here our image is updated in particular in our profile page, but into this header area is not updated. So if you want to update these things in our header, first of all we have to go to that our header page. Now I want to go back here, but I want to also complete this part. Right now that will be not needed. Profile also that will be not needed. We have to go to that our admin body, and that is our header, right? So into the header area here, actually that is one of the name and that is one of the image. So I want to do, first of all I want to take one of the PHP blog. Here I want to load one of the PHP started, PHP is ended, and process will be same. Actually process will be just like that same. If you go to that our admin controller, in here I have already get this type of one of the name, like this one. Actually you can also use it. Okay, you can use the same things, but I copy it, and now I want to take it, I copy it, and now in our header area I want to paste it. So I take our ID, that will be as authenticated user ID. Then I want to get that our profile data. I name another variable as a profile data. Okay, that will be the profile data, and this profile data will be our user. So into this our controller, when I use that our user model, here I have already load this our user model like that way, right? But here when you access our any type of model into this our blade page, here we have to use that appropriate path name. Okay, that means that will be as a app models and then the user model, and then here I want to find that our ID, which is fine. Now throughout this our profile data, we can able to display that is our static data is now visible as a Christiana. I want to change it here. That should be the same process. I want to display with our profile data. With this I want to display like as a name. Okay, now there is a profile name that should be displayed, and for the image that will be just like the same that I have already done it in our admin profile. Here if you go, there is a SRC, you can also copy it. I simply copy it from to this our admin profile blade. I copy it. Now into this our header, I want to update in here. Okay, so that will be the same variable. Right now as the same variable, if you want to use the different type of variable here also you have to update it, but right now rest of everything will be just like that same. So now our profile image that should be displayed, and also our name should be displayed. Let's check this out. If you now click as a save all, and now if you refresh it, perfectly updated, and also you can see our username is successfully visible as a 1. So I want to better make it only the user. Now click as a save changes. Now that is successfully updated. Our profile that is also successfully updated, our toast message, and here after that you can see that is successfully updated. Perfect. Now everything is great. Here we successfully able to complete that our profile related everything. In our next video, I want to work for our change password. How can deal with the change password which user is locking. Right now I'm locking as a user@gmail.com, and that is my hash password. So here I will add multiple validation that will be check it appropriate user is or not, the appropriate password is match or not. Multiple validation I will add it, and throughout this we will able to update that our change password functionality. So how can do this work? In our next video I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully updated that our toast message. Now in this video, I want to work for our change password. That means which user is locking. This user can able to change their password. So let's do that work. For doing this, into our same profile page, there have another field as a change password. Now I want to work in here. If you now go to that our profile, right now header will be not needed. I want to go to that our admin profile, and into this admin profile here I have already done one of the form, right? That is a form is started and form is ended. So that is one of the form. I have already done it for the our profile store. Now after that, that is also another part as a change password. Right, so into the change password, there is actually 3 of this field here. If you select this Dave is started, Dave is ended. Again, I want to take it little bit left side by pressing that shift tab. Okay, here I want to take it. Now that is fine. And here also I want to load another form, right? Because that will be another submit form. Here we have to add it. So I take another form. That will be as a form started and form will be ended. Now I want to end this form. I cart it, and now here after that is actually ended. Here I want to take it. Okay, I want to end this form. Make that sure that is started into this Dave is started, Dave is ended, and after that I want to end it. Perfect. So now into this form area, I want to load another 3 things. One will be our action. Okay, action, and also another method will be needed. Method will be obviously one of the post method. I want to take that our CSRF token. That will be the CSRF. Great. So now there is actually 3 of this field will be needed. One is the old password, which is fine. Type here as a password type and placeholder as old password. So now after that, I want to add another field name as a name. Our name field, I want to use it by the name as a old. Okay, I name it as a old underscore password. That will be as a old password. And also I want to pass another ID. I name it as old underscore password. Great. And then that is actually input field. Here I want to also show that our error validation message. So you can actually use that 2 things in here. Like if you go to our template, before I have already used it like that way. If there have any issues, then that is actually display this our message after that our input field. Or rather than if you also want to make this our total input field, that should be as a block like that way, you can also display that things like that. Okay, here I also I want to use both of these. Like in that case, first of all, I want to use that our previous one that I have already used it like as a error. That will be as a error is started, error is ended. That is for our which field, that is for that our old password. I want to simply add that old password, and here I want to use one of the span area. I want to show that our message. Okay, that means if there have any error message, then that should be load that our message that should be display. And for the span, I want to use another class name. Class will be as a text will be as a danger. Okay, great. Now that is our one field, and also into this input field area I also want to visible it. So if you want to do this work, in that case, that is in our form control, one of the class, and into this control area here we have to call that our error. That will be as error is started, error is ended. Okay, and into this error, better I want to take it into the same line. So that will be error will be our same as a on ID. ID will be our, that means our name will be as a old password. And then here we have to use it another one as is. Okay, is invalid. Now actually both of these will be interactive. I show you. Now that's all. That is our error is started, old password is invalid, and then that is our end error. Okay, that is for also in our input field. That means in our both of this area, now that should be display this validation. Great. Now there is a Dave is started, Dave is ended. Now better I want to take it. I take the same Dave, I copy it. Right now I want to remove it, and here I want to paste it. Now that will be another one as a new password. I name it as a new password. I name it here as our field name as a new password. Okay, that will be a new password. Validation will be new password. ID will be new password. Type will be password, and that will be placeholder as a new password, and error will be as a new password. Okay, here I successfully updated. And another one that will be for the confirm password. So for the confirm password, I want to use that our type will be password, and then our name. Okay, I want to use that name. Name will be like as a new, okay, new password underscore confirmation. Okay, that will be the confirmation. Now this tab, I want the name, I want to use it. and also I want to use that another ID will be the same name as a new password confirmation. That's all. Okay, so that is will be our 3 of this field, and that is a change password button. Cancel will be not needed. I want to remove it. I want to make it as a clean. Okay, now if you click as a save all, and now if you go now here, if you refresh it, now there is a old password, new password, and confirm password. Great. And now we have to update that our form, that is our form is started, and here I want to check that actually our form, and that is our form actions, and into this actions area we have to call another route name. I want to call another route. I want to use it like as a user or admin. Okay, make it as an admin password update. Right, so that is the admin password update. Now we have to create this type of one of the route. I want to go back to that our web.php. In here, after that will be also another post method. Here I want to paste it, and all that our route I have already used it in our group middleware as a auth. Why this is important, I have already discussed about that things with you. Now that will be our name as a admin password update. I copy it. Now that will be here as a admin password update. That will be as a admin password update. Okay, that will be actually our route. And then in our admin controller, I want to create another new method as a password update. Okay, now this type of one of the method I want to create in our admin controller. So now if you go to that our admin controller, here after that our last one here I want to create another new method that will be as a public, and then the function method name will be password update, and that is one of the post method. Here we have to pass that our request UEST and then the $request. Okay, and that is actually our function, that is a method. But I want to make it as an AND method, that is started from here, that is ANDed. So now we have to work in particular this our password update method. Here we have to work, and also here I will add multiple validations. All that are validations one by one I will also check it. So how to do this work, but I want to continue this process. In our next video I will complete that our password functionality. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully created one of the method as a password update, and in from to this position, I have created the route, and there is a 3 of this field. One is the old password, new password, and also our new password confirmation. Great. Now I want to work for our that is the password update, and first of all I want to add that our validation, and before adding that validation I want to get that our authenticated user data. So I take one of the variable as a user, and throughout this I want to access that our auth, that means authenticated user. So I simply take that our authenticated which user is logging. This user data I take it with one of the variable as a user. And now I want to use that our validation, so that will be our request, and throughout this request I want to call that our validate and the date, one of the default Laravel method. Here I want to use it, and validate will be our field name as a old underscore password field. Okay, that is old password field, and this field I want to make it that should be as a required. I make it as a required. Right, and also there is another field here. If you go, I have used it as a new password. One is our old password and new password, so I want to use it as a new password, and this new password also that should be as a required. I make it as a required, and also I want to make that will be as a confirmed. Okay, that means that should be also matched with our confirmed password. Okay, great. Now both of this is fine, and here after that I want to check it first of all our password. That means whatever the new password in our old password area, whatever the password you will be added. Right now I am already logging with one of the user, and this user already has one of the password. Right, so this password that should be matched with our which user is logging this user password. Right, whatever the password you will be added, that should be matched which user is logging this user password. I hope you get the point. Now let's do that work. For doing this I want to use one of the if condition. Okay, that will be the if condition, and into this condition area I want to use it as a not hash password. So that will be the hash, and hash, with this hash I want to check it, and that is the hash also you have to import it. And this hash you will get it if you go to that our auth, and in our maybe register, you can see that is a clear hash which will be comes from to the illuminate, supports and facet, and from to the hash. Better I want to take it from here, and also make that sure you have to import it. I simply import that our hash. Okay, so here in our admin controller I simply support it. Now we can able to use it. So with this hash we can able to access that our check. So now with the check method, that will be check first of all our requested field name. Our requested field name, which one? Requested field name as a, that is our input field, as a name, as a old password. I copy it, that will be our old password. That should be matched with our which user is logging, that means authenticated user area. Here with this I want to access it. I want to access that our which user is logging this user database field name as a password. I want to access that our password. Okay, here I want to access it. Great. So when that is our hash check, when that will be not match, that will be display one of the notification message. I want to use that as a notification. That will be the notification will be array. That will be the array, and array will be the same concept that I have already done it before. That will be two things. One is the message, and then that should be display our message. Message will be display as a old password. Okay, I want to use it as a old, and then the password does not match. Now this type of one of the message that should be display, or else that will be I want to pass that our alert type. Okay, that will be the alert type will be as a arrow type. I want to use it. Okay, that will be the arrow type. Great, because as I told you, there are the different type of alert type you can use it. Before I have used it as a success type, now I'm using that arrow type. Okay, so now here after that will be the semicolon, and now after that I want to return it. I want to return one of the back page, so that will be returned back with the notification. So that will be with our, that is the notification. I have already taken it with our toast, so this one I want to load it. Great. So here that will be actually check it. If this actually not match, that will be display as a old password does not match. If rather than that will be actually stored on the new updated data. Now I want to store it. So here after that in our user table I want to access. So I want to load that our user model. Okay, that will be the user model user model, and with this user model I want to call as a where ID, one of the where ID, and here where ID will be our which user is logging this user ID. I want to access it, so that will be as a user. With this user I want to access that our user ID, and then I want to call that our update method. That will be update our which field data. That will be update that our password field. So that will be the password, and password means that is actually our user field, user table, and that is actually our password data. Here that will be updated. Which data that will be updated? That is one of the things will be added in our new password field. This input field value requested data that should be updated. Right. So now I want to simply use it. So that will be our, that is the request. And requested field name, our requested field name here as a new password. Right, so that will be our new password. And also here another things, when that will be inserted, this our whatever the new password will be added, when that will be stored in our password field, that should be also as a hash. So here I want to make this our hash password. Here if I want to use it as a hash password, here I have already loaded that our hash, and into this hash area there is also another function as a make. I want to call it as a make. So now that is the requested new password. Whatever the things you have pass it, that will be now make these things as a hash password. I hope friend the concept is very clear to you. And after that I want to make that our authenticated. So the which user is logging, this authenticated user will be log out. By the default our breeze provided one of the route method as a our logout. So authenticated user will be log out, and then that will be display the notification message. like where I copy it. Okay, and now I want to do and simply take it here. After that I paste it. So that is a notification message will be display as a password. Okay, password updated successfully, and alert type will be as a success type, and it should be returned redirect to our logging page. Okay, here I want to pass it our route, not that back page, our route for the logging page, our name as a logging. Remember, with the notification here I simply pass it. Perfect. So now that's all you have to do. Now I want to check it everything is working successfully or not. Now click as a save all, and I want to run that our PHP Artisan optimize running successful. And here first of all I want to check that our validation. I will check that our old password, and then I will check that is successfully updated that password or not. Now I want to go back here, and now I want to refresh it. Like I want to make this field as empty. Now click as a save changes. Yes, you can see now that is successfully display. Our old password field is required, our new password field is required, and you can see that is now display two type of error. One is under that input field, another is in our input field, and that is the things I have actually discussed about that things with you. If you go to that our admin profile, and into this admin profile you can see after that input field I have used it one of the error for the old password, and that is the things actually visible it in here. And also into this our input field area in our form control I have also used it another error, and that is the error is visible it in here. You can see that is our input field is also become red. Great, that means our validation is working. And now I put some of the old password and new password, and confirm password is the totally different. Now let's check this out, our this validation is working or not. Yes, you can see that is also successfully working. There is a new password field, confirmation does not match. That means here if you go to that our app password update, and here that is our request validation, old password is required, new password is required, and also I make it as a confirm. That means our all that validation is successfully working. So now I want to check it our old password is working or not. So here I put some of the inappropriate old password, and here I put one of the new password as Udemy 12345 and Udemy 12345. Right now our new password confirm password is the fine, but old password for this user as a 123456778, but I put some of the different type of old password. Let's check this out, it's actually working or not. Click as a save change. Yes, you can see it's also check it, and now it's display as a old password does not match. That means whatever the input field you have added, it's actually check it our user password that is not match. Great. Now I want to put everything perfectly. That means here our this validation is work successfully, this one is also successfully working. Now I want to work for that should be, if everything okay, that should be updated this user password. Let's check this out. I want to put it like right now our existing password as a 123456778, and new password Udemy 12345 and Udemy 12345. Okay, now if everything okay, that should be returned redirect to our I have passed it in our logging page. Now let's check this out. Click as a save changes. Perfect, it's successfully updated and it's returned redirect to that our logging page. So into this logging page area, it's not display any notification message, right? Here if you go here, it's not display any notification message. It because of all, if you go to that our page, that is actually our admin master. In here actually I have used it our that is our Toster related everything, right? Because here actually there is a different page, and but if you go to that our logging, into the logging page actually there is also different page. If you go to that our auth, and that is our logging, you can see here I didn't load that our admin master, that is simply separated another file. So here also you have to take it. I simply take it. That is our toast CSS. I copy it in our logging page. I simply paste it, and also for the display the toast that have some of the script. But I also want to copy it. I copied that is script from here, and now in our logging page also I want to use it. Okay, that means here after that I want to use it. Now that should be also work in particular that position. Okay, now click as a save all, and now if you go and if you refresh it, like right now if you put that our user user, and I want to use that our previous one as a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now logged in. That is successfully changed. Okay, so now if you load as a Udemy and then I pass it as Udemy 1 2 3 4 5. Now if you logged in, now this user is successfully able to logged in. Okay friend, here if you go to that account, and now if you also want to check it again as a Udemy 1 2 3 4 5, I want to now change it as a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That will be as a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and now that should be returned direct to our logging page. And into this logging page I have also displayed that our toast message. Now this toast message that should be displayed. If you click as a save changes, yes, you can see password updated successfully. Great. So how to do this work, friend? I hope the concept is very clear to you. Here essential, some of the things is very required for authentications related everything, user profile related everything. I have successfully done it. So from to the next video I will work for our home page, right? So that means in our front end, into the front end I didn't do anything. Still now that is the same our Laravel page. Here I will load that our front end theme, and now step by step front end related all the data I will manage it from to this our admin panel. So how you can do this work in our next video, I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.